But those who are old enough to recall a government kind of falling under tyranny are speaking out against what's happening here in America. And it's probably pretty important that we listen up. So this is Manuel Martinez. He narrowly escaped Cuba in 1962 after being imprisoned for opposing Fidel Castro. He passionately defended the Second Amendment in front of Oregon lawmakers Thursday during a public hearing on proposed gun control legislation.
Don't sell me this. A very powerful man tried to sell me this 50-something years ago. I didn't buy it. This is Marxism, plain and clear. They put this dog and pony show saying, hey, we're going to protect you. No, what they did was enslave a country. They destroyed the country in the same way that this country is going to be destroyed if we continue in this round.
Now, Senate Bill 1551 proposes to massively expand background checks to basically every private sale. So we're supposed to somehow believe that this is going to force criminals to voluntarily submit to a background check. But this is just even more evidence of states moving to create these gun registration and confiscation bills. And that's why it's so important for us to heed the words of people who have actually lived through watching the assassination of innocent civilians by their government. People are always criticizing you if you compare Obama to Hitler, or if you remind people that Stalin took the guns and Mao took the guns. But these are recent historical events where very intelligent people, quite possibly your grandparents, were duped into democide by their government. So that's why it's so important that we listen to people like this, heed their warning, know history, or we'll be doomed to repeat it. Now, this is just coming on the heels of a current New York mayor who says that he has publicly announced his decision to leave the Mayors Against Illegal Guns because the gun control group demands an all-out confiscation of guns from law-abiding citizens. In an announcement published by his city's newspaper, Poughkeepsie, New York Mayor John Kasich said he quit the group after realizing it was simply a vehicle from Michael Bloomberg to promote his personal gun control agenda. He said, I don't believe, never have believed, and never will believe that public safety is enhanced by encroaching on our right to bear arms, and I will not be a part of any organization that does. Depriving law-abiding citizens of their right to own firearms only makes them more vulnerable. So it's so refreshing to see elected officials serving their constituents while respecting the Bill of Rights. Much like the police chief Shane Harger, who we reported on last week. He was detained by the FBI and the TSA while he was on his way to an Oath Keepers meeting. And then when he returned from that, he was subsequently let go and his whole police department disbanded because he upheld his oath to respect and honor the Constitution. So be sure to watch that report. It's very important. Share it with everyone that you can. It's coming up at the end of the show. Now, I bet that one of the warning signs that Manuel Martinez would say to watch out for in a coming dictatorship would be not only gun control, but also an out-of-control police state. Now, pretty much everything you do can get you arrested, even if it's not against the law. Now, instead of searching for actual criminals, Kentucky State Police will be on the lookout for people who eat while they drive as part of Operation Raid. Now, this is despite the fact that eating while driving isn't banned in Kentucky. Operation Remove Aggressive, Impaired, and Distracted Drivers starts this month and will remain active for 1 year. Police will be pulling people over and subjecting them to safety checkpoints. Despite the fact that no laws exist banning eating and driving, and not to mention the fact that this is a total violation of the Fourth Amendment. So this is what we have to look forward to. I mean, this is what they're going to try and do everywhere, set up these safety checkpoints. These things aren't even against the law. They're just going to keep pushing, violating your rights, and just seeing how much they can get away with, how much you'll consent to. And as we continue to remind you here week after week, do not consent to them violating your rights. That's why you've got to know your rights. And of course, this also further underscores how the main duty of our police officers isn't to protect and serve and go out and catch criminals. It is about revenue generation and control. So we need to keep these good cops like Police Chief Shane Harger and get rid of the rest of the guys. Now, the FAA is investigating a potential illegal drone use at the site of a crash. Now, this was according to a police report that was obtained by Fox, Connecticut. They said officers spotted a drone flying over the scene of a crash in which the bodies were still in the car. This is now raising safety and privacy concerns with a Hartford attorney who says, how do we balance this new technology? Do we allow more of an intrusion into more traditional private moments, like a tragic car accident? Or do we say, well, this is a new technology and the public is just going to have to adapt? According to FAA regulations, drones can't be operated for commercial use, and according to the Hartford police, the presence of a drone at a crime scene for journalistic purposes is in violation of FAA regulations. But of course, that is the big dilemma. How are we going to be using the drones? How do all these rules work now in this day and age when we've got Google Glass? People have these things strapped to their face, so they're basically recording everything, uploading your biometrics into the cloud and storing it for Eric Schmidt to not pass the creepy line with, as he's promised. So, I mean, this is the big dilemma. And now they're seeing how these things are going to affect them and their ability to police, and of course their ability to get away with crimes. Even though, of course, when they are caught on camera, they do seem to be getting away with crimes anyway. Be sure to sign up for a PrisonPlanet.tv membership. Support the InfoWar. We're still running that special. You can get 5 months free when you sign up for an annual subscription.
The facts are in. The studies are legion. Sodium fluoride and other members of the fluorine family that are added to Western water supplies are devastating the health and cognitive ability of the people that drink it. So the question is, why are the social engineers adding it to the water? Simple. Dumb down the host population that the parasitic technocracy is feeding on. We developed Fluoride Shield to be the highest quality, highest standards because I use it every day and my family uses it every single day. Let's take a closer look at the ingredients that make up this special proprietary formula. Tamarind has been celebrated for its ability to immobilize toxic fluoride residues, while zeolites have a long history of attracting and holding toxic compounds. Enter fulvic acid, an excellent cleansing agent. Then we added the highest quality shilajit, a rare compound that is collected from the high mountains of the Himalayas. We topped it all off with the powerhouse herb cilantro that is intended to mobilize fluoride and other dangerous compounds for removal from the body. And the final touch to energize this formula is our proprietary nascent iodine. And as always, consult your physician as well because that is important. And finally, Fluoride Shield, Survival Shield, and all the products at InfoWarsLife.com grew out of my quest to try to find the very best compounds from God's cornucopia to protect myself and my family. And from our research, I believe we are bringing you the best, highest quality products. And you have that commitment from Alex Jones and the entire InfoWars crew.